Every single year, casinos in the United States alone pull in over $60 billion. And the wild part? Most of that money comes from ordinary people. Not high rollers, not whales, not professional gamblers. Just regular people who walked in thinking they'd spend a little, have some fun, and walk out. They almost never do. And the reason why has nothing to do with luck. It has nothing to do with the odds, the house edge, or even the games themselves. The real reason is something far more subtle and far more disturbing. Casinos have spent decades engineering one of the most psychologically sophisticated environments ever built. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. My name's Jack Ledger, and today we're going inside the machine. Most people, when they think about why casinos make money, go straight to the math. The house always wins, right? And yes, that's technically true. Every game on the floor is designed with a built-in edge. Blackjack, roulette, slots. The math always favors the house. But here's the problem with that explanation. The math alone doesn't explain $60 billion a year. It doesn't explain why people stay for 8 hours when they meant to stay for 2. It doesn't explain why someone who's down $400 keeps going instead of walking out the door. The math gets people in the building. Psychology keeps them there. And this is where it gets interesting. Walk into any major casino and look up. No windows. Look at the walls, no clocks. That's not an accident. It's not the word design quirk. It's a deliberate, calculated decision rooted in a concept called time disorientation. When you remove all external cues, sunlight, time, the outside world, your brain loses its natural anchor. You stop thinking in terms of it's been 3 hours. You start thinking in terms of just one more hand. Bill Friedman, a former professional gambler who became one of the most influential casino designers in history, spent years studying exactly how physical space affects gambling behavior. His work helped establish what's now a core principle of casino architecture. Keep the environment close, maze-like, and filled with machines. Narrow pathways. Clusters of slot machines, no clear sightlines to the exit. Every design choice is meant to slow you down, pull you deeper in, and make leaving feel like a bigger decision than it actually is. And then there are the free drinks. This one feels obvious, but it goes deeper than you think. Alcohol doesn't just lower your inhibitions, it specifically impairs the part of your brain responsible for calculating risk. Studies have shown that even mild intoxication causes people to take larger financial risks and to continue gambling longer after losses. Casinos know this. That's why the drinks are free. That's why the cocktail server appears exactly when you're on a losing streak. It's not hospitality, it's strategy. But the single most powerful trick in the casino playbook, the one that's responsible for more money lost than any other, is something called the variable reward schedule. Here's how it works. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner ran a now famous experiment with pigeons. He found that when a reward was given unpredictably, sometimes after 1 peck, sometimes after 20, sometimes after 100, the pigeons became almost frantic. They couldn't stop. The unpredictability itself was what made the behavior addictive. Consistent rewards are boring. Random rewards are irresistible. Slot machines are variable reward schedules made physical. Every pull of the lever is a question your brain desperately wants answered. And here's where it gets dark. Modern slot machines are specifically engineered to produce something researchers call losses disguised as wins. You bet $1. The machine lights up, makes noise, plays a little celebration animation. You feel like you won. But you only got back 40 cents. Technically, that's a loss. Emotionally, your brain registered it as a win. The dopamine hit was real. The money, though, gone. Natasha Dow Schul, an anthropologist at MIT, spent 15 years studying slot machine culture in Las Vegas. Her research found that many gamblers weren't playing to win, they were playing to stay in what she called the machine zone. A state of flow where the outside world disappears, and the only thing that exists is the next spin. Winning almost became an interruption. The goal was the playing itself. That's not an accident. That's a product. And the industry knows exactly what it's doing. By the early 2000s, slot machines were generating more revenue for casinos than all other games combined, including poker, blackjack, and roulette put together. In some markets, slots account for nearly 70% of total casino revenue. The machines are that effective. Casinos have also perfected what behavioral economists call near-miss programming. Slot machines can be, and in many jurisdictions are, programmed to display near-win combinations more frequently than pure chance would produce. 2 jackpot symbols line up, and the third lands just 1 position off. Your brain reads that as almost. Almost feels like progress. Almost makes you think you're close. But in a random system, there is no close. Near misses are illusions built to make you stay. The Nevada Gaming Control Board and regulators in other states have pushed back on some of the most extreme versions of this. But the practice in various forms remains widespread and legal. Here's what all of this adds up to. A casino isn't really a building. It's a system. Every element, the lighting, the layout, the sounds, the air, the free drinks, the windowless walls, the machines themselves. Every single one of those elements has been researched, tested, and optimized to do one thing. Keep you playing longer than you planned. These environments are not passive. They're not neutral. They are some of the most carefully engineered spaces on the face of the earth, built by teams of psychologists, architects, behavioral scientists, and game designers, all working toward the same quiet goal. And the scariest part, it works on almost everyone, not because people are stupid, not because gamblers are reckless, but because the system was built by people who understand human psychology better than most humans understand themselves. The next time you walk into a casino, you won't be walking into a building. You'll be walking into an argument, and they've had a very long time to prepare their case.